Hi, I'm Danielle Clark. I'm a psychologist, personal trainer, diet coach, and founder of Danny Aglio Hit Mum. Hit Mum offer lifestyle coaching to support and help pregnant women maintain a healthy weight gain during pregnancy and lose weight after their baby is born through healthy eating, exercise, and psychological support. I was invited by Nadine to talk about behavior activation for dietists, but really what I'm going to talk about is behavior activation for a healthy lifestyle. I don't like talking about diets because I notice that most of my clients think that diet is temporary, that they will do it for a while and then they will stop. I like to explain for my clients from day one that the idea that they have from diet doesn't work. And as soon as they stop following the diet, they revert back to their bad habits and unhealthy eating, and then they put the weight back on. Clients also think the diet is temporary and it's one size fits all, and that calories in versus calories out equation always works. Individual responses from different diets, from low fat and vegan to low carb and paleo, vary enormously. The key to weight loss appears to be a highly personalized than a rather trained diet. Before I start talking about behavior activation, there are a few things I need to address with a client before attempting to introduce BA. For BA to occur effectively, the client needs to set go. As you all know, the goals need to be SMART goals. But if you stop there and move on into BA, you might have success for a week or two, but then you're most likely to stop there. To make BA work long term, you need to help your client to find a purpose. For the past 23 years, Rena Wings, a professor of psychiatry and human behavior at Brown's University, has run a weight loss registry as a way to track people who successfully lost weight and kept it off. One of the aspects that she noticed was that the people that are capable of losing weight and keeping it off long term, they were motivated by other things than just having a skinnier waistline. They were either suffering from a health scare or they had a desire to live longer to look after loved ones. So how do you help this client to find a purpose if they haven't had a health scare? If you're curious enough as a psychologist, you will help the client to find this purpose that means more to them than looking skinny. Writing a list of reasons why they want to lose weight. Let your client be very creative and personal. If they only come up with general ideas such as I want to look better, give them some fun suggestions such as I want to fit in my skinny jeans from 3 years ago, or I want to be confident to dance in the middle of the dance floor. If your client has children, you can explore the possibilities of things that they could do with their children if they were at a healthy weight that they cannot do at the moment. Explore also not only physical aspects but also emotional aspects. How are they going to make losing weight would make them feel? Being more involved with the people that they love, what emotions would that bring? Explore the meaning of the reasons to change. In my case, most of my clients are mom. A common thing is regaining their identity as a one person again. Having kids change their bodies, change their routine, change their careers, and in most cases, mom need to regain their identity somehow. They might engage in diet and exercising because they want to go back to their pre-baby weight, or because they're just looking for an activity that they are not associated as being a mom, or they just want some me time. The last suggestion is the use of imagery. Once you have found the purpose, the use of imagery will help the client visualize the results and experience the feeling of having accomplished it. Once they know how success feels like, they are more likely to pursue it. Okay, let's talk about behavior activation. Behavior activation is commonly used to treat depression. However, since an unhealthy diet is closely related to mood swings and emotional reaction, it makes sense to borrow this technique to help dieters. Similar to the treatment of depression, using BA for dieters would involve asking the client to develop an understanding of their relationship between their actions, in this case unhealthy eating, and their emotions, with actions being the cause of their emotions. Therefore, I ate such and such and I felt happy, or I ate such and such and I felt really tired. I ate such and such and then I felt guilty. So you're going to be exploring the emotion that the client relates to the food. A self-monitoring chart is created to track the food intake and the impact on the mood for a full week. Then a rating scale from 1 to 10 is used to each mood. The aim is to identify a temporary coping method that increases the overall sense of lack of control over food, that it's similar to the temporary relief provided by alcohol and other drugs, escape or avoidance or rumination in depression. Once the pattern of dysfunctional responding are identified, alternative coping responses are attempted to break the cycle. Then you move to implement action. Assess behavior or mood, choose alternative response, try out those alternative response, integrate this alternative response, observe the results, and now evaluate. During the assessment of behaviors, a client chart would look like this. Choose alternative response. Before you choose alternative response, you need to educate your client about healthy eating and basic physiological mechanism. You could refer this client to a nutritionist or dietitian, or you could explain it yourself if you had the knowledge. Once the client has the basic nutritional knowledge, you can start to create a healthy eating plan involving scheduled meal times. Because the clients don't have the awareness of their body signals of being full at this stage, asking the client to listen to their bodies is less likely to work. Scheduled eating will avoid "I was hungry, so I ate." Once the client is more in tune with their body and following consistent routines, you can assess if the client will be able to maintain healthy eating if asked to listen to their hunger cues. Another strategy is create in session affirmation card and ask the client to read the affirmation card if they want to eat unplanned foods. Instead of caving in, they could read the affirmation card. An example would be, "I want to eat this unplanned food, but I know that if I do, I will feel happy for a few minutes and then I will regret and feel guilty for not following my plan." So you can use whatever your client is feeling or whatever self-talk they have, just put it in a card and make it this affirmation card for the client to read when it's needed. A popular strategy is to drink a glass of water if you're hungry and it's not the meal time yet. Another one is to use distraction techniques for a minimum of 20 minutes when you have a craving. Another one is to choose one treat a day. The most reasons diets fail in their diets, it's because they think that they will never be able to eat their favorite foods again. If you have a scheduled treat time and you have one treat a day, you are still able to follow your plan without feeling that you're missing out on everything. So you pick one time of the day where you need it most or when you prefer to have your treat, and you choose your favorite treat. It doesn't need to be the same thing every day, but if you like to eat a square of chocolate every day, that's your treat for that day. Or you can use that if someone offers you something that you really like in the middle of the day and you don't want to eat it in the middle of the day because you don't want to ruin your plan, you can save it for later and have it at your treat time. Once you have created with your client a set of alternative responses, you need to try the alternative responses and ask your client to fill up the chart again. You find out which ones are working for that client, which ones are not working for that client. Then you're going to integrate the alternatives. The one that you found that was most successful with the client, you make it part of their routine. Then what you're going to do is observe the results. Observe the client change of mood, weight loss, improvement in cognition, increase in physical activity due to better food intake, improving their self-esteem, everything that has been changed positively to this client. Now you evaluate. Did the alternative response work? Has the mood improved? Has the client felt more in control about their food choices? Does the client feel that they're more in control of their life in general? What are the most successful strategies? Should you change anything? And then you move into changing the plan if it's necessary. And if it's not necessary and everything is successful, you just will work with that client to make it a daily routine. You may have noticed that on a client's chart, there was a column for thoughts. Teaching the client to identify their automatic thoughts just before they eat is very helpful. Most diets have thoughts such as, I am going to eat this now because I don't know if it will be available later. I am going to eat this now even though I'm not hungry because it's my favorite food. I am sad, so only ice cream can make me feel better. Or if I don't eat it now, it will go to waste. It's my favorite food, so I deserve to eat it. Or I have been working so hard, I need a break, so I am going to eat this because I deserve. I will eat this because I am going to work out later anyway. And you'll find there is a range of other thoughts that they have to justify why they're going to eat that food that was unplanned and most likely unhealthy. Once your client knows how to identify the automatic thoughts, you can work together to challenge the automatic thoughts and write a response card to use when it's needed. Some examples would be, I don't have to eat this now, it's not my meal time. I brought my lunch and I will eat at my scheduled time. I am sad and I need to find another activity that makes me feel better. Ice cream will taste nice now, but then I will feel worse later. I will go for a walk instead. Other behavior modification strategies you could use to control your home environment could be eat only while you are sitting at the kitchen or at the dining room. Do not eat while you're watching TV, reading, talking on a phone, working on your computer, or standing in front of the refrigerator. Keep the foods that are unhealthy and tempting out of the house. Don't buy them. If you do buy tempting food for someone else in the house, keep their food out of sight. Have a low-calorie food ready to eat if you feel like binging on something. Unless you're preparing a meal, stay out of the kitchen. Have a healthy snack at your disposal, such as a small piece of fruit or a handful of nuts, or a low-fat cheese or Greek yogurt. Control your work environment. Do not eat at your desk. Keep tempting snacks out of your desk. Eat at your scheduled time. Plan your meals and bring it to work with you. During your break, if it's not a meal time, go for a walk instead of having a snack instead. If you work around food, plan what you're going to eat before you get to work and bring them with you. Do not work through meals. Skipping meals can slow down your metabolism and you're more likely to overeat on your next meal. If food is available for a special occasion, either pick the healthiest item or nibble on something healthy that you may have brought from home, Or if you choose to eat that treat, you may choose to have it at your allocated treat time. Control your meal environment. Serve your plate of food in a stove or in the kitchen counter. Do not put the serving dishes on the table, and if you do put the serving dishes on the table, remove them immediately after finish eating. Fill half of your plate with vegetables, 1/4 with a lean protein and 1/4 with a starchy vegetable. Use a smaller plate, bowl or glasses. Small portions will look bigger if they're served in smaller plates. Politely refuse second helpings. And when fixing your plate, limit the portion of the food to 1 scoop or 1 serving or less. Daily food management. Replace unscheduled eating with another activity that you won't associate with food. Wait 20 minutes before eating something you crave. Always have a big glass or bottle of water available for you to drink through the day. Avoid high calorie add-ons such as cream on your coffee or butter, mayonnaise and salad dressing. Shopping. Do not shop while you're hungry. Shopping from a list avoid you buying anything that it's not on your list and it's not part of your diet plan. If you're buying your scheduled treat, buy individual sizes and try to find a lower calorie alternative. Don't taste test in store. Read food labels. Compare the products to help you make a better, healthier choice. While preparing your food, chew a piece of gum while preparing your meal. Use a 1/4 teaspoon if you need to taste your food. Try to only cook what you're going to eat, so you leave no chances for second helpings. If you're cooking and preparing your food for the whole week, as soon as you finish cooking, put the food portions in a container and put them away. Don't snack while you're cooking. While you're eating, place all the food that you're going to eat at that meal in front of you. That will give you a visual satisfaction. Eat slowly and remember that it takes 20 minutes for your stomach to send a signal to your brain that you are full. The ideal way to eat is to take a bite, put your utensil down, have a sip of water, cut another bite, take a bite, put your utensil out, and so on. Do not cut all your food at once. Cut only as you need it. Take small bites and chew your food well. Stop eating for a minute or two, at least once a meal or a snack. Take breaks and reflect about your conversation, for example. While cleaning up your leftovers, label your leftovers for a specific meal or a snack. Freeze or refrigerate individual portions of leftover. And if you're still hungry, don't clean up, leave it for later. Eating out and social eating. Do not arrive hungry. Have a light snack before you go. Try to fill up your plate with low-calorie foods such as vegetables and fruit, and eat smaller portions of the higher calorie food. Eat foods that you like, but choose a small portion. If your serving is too big, you can push away the excess food to the edges of the plate and eat only what you think it's a reasonable portion. If you're having multiple courses, it's okay to ask for entree as entree and entree as a main. If you want to have seconds, wait at least 20 minutes until you choose or eat them. Limit the alcohol beverages. Take soda water or sparkling water with a twist of lime, for example. If ordering a dessert, share with a friend. Half of the dessert is half of the calories. Do not skip meals if you plan to eat out. If you're eating at a friend's house, you can offer to bring your own appetizer or your own dish, which will be a lower calorie and healthier dish. While you're serving yourself, serve a small portion and tell your friends that you only want a small amount of food. Stand or sit away from the snack table. Stay away from the kitchen or stay busy if you are near the food. Limit your alcohol intake. At a buffet and a cafeteria, cover most of your plate with lettuce and vegetables. Use a salad plate instead of a dinner plate. After eating, clear away all the dishes before you have coffee or tea. If you're entertaining at home, explore healthy cookbooks. Use single serving food like a chicken breast or a steak or a burger patty. Prepare low calorie appetizer or a healthier version of your dessert. Make exercise part of your daily routine. If it's possible, walk all the way to work. If it's not, walk part of the way. Get an exercise buddy. Go to the gym or to go for a walk or to do an outdoor activity that you enjoy on the weekend. Always take the stairs, and if you have a desk job, you can do some leg lift under your desk. Do something outside on the weekends, like going for a hike or a bike ride. And finally, have a healthy attitude. Make health your weight management priority. Be realistic. Have a go to achieve a healthier you, not necessarily a lowest weight or ideal weight based on a calculation on a chart. Focus on healthy eating style, not dieting. As we know, diet doesn't last long. Think long term. You are developing a healthy you.